हेलो बच्चों, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। वार्म वेलकम ऑन द यूट्यूब चैनल ऑफ नार्विन एकेडमी जंगीगंज भदोही। तो बच्चों, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आप लोगों का नार्विन एकेडमी के इस यूट्यूब प्लेटफॉर्म पर। जैसा बच्चों, मैं बीपी सिंह मैथमेटिक्स फैकल्टी आप लोगों के लिए एक वीडियो कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर पर लगभग 15-16 मिनट का बनाया था। दैट वाज कम्प्लीटली बेस्ड ऑन टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स। As you see the question at a glance, you have to put the answer. तो बच्चे, मैं इस छोटे छोटे कंसेप्ट पर आप लोगों को डेली कुछ वीडियो देता रहूँगा मैथमेटिक्स पर। जैसा कि मेरा कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर स्टार्ट हुआ था on that day, that was the first day of the complex number. I have given a simple concept on the cube root of unity, and that I have discussed the 7 points. And if you have in your mind about that 7 point, and that is the very important points, always I have seen in the different competitive exams that points have been put up. So the student who have not watched that video, again I am requesting to watch the video first day of complex number that was based on the cube root of unity. Again, my dear student, today I am going to discuss a very clear-cut concept on the calculation based on I. So be ready and take out your copy and pen and write down again on the basis of I. I means that is the imaginary part of a complex number. Around 7 or 8 point today again I will discuss. So everyone be ready, take your pen and copy and start to make a notes. And every day you are required to write down each and every concept, because the very first day I have discussed to you that your consistency, your regular practice, your study, your study, everything must be a regular, in a regular way, in a very consistent way, because I have told to you that consistency is the more important than your efficiency. Things the most important, I want to say that what is your direction? Direction is also most important than your speed. Suppose you are a good racer, you can do up to your full strength, but without direction all your capacity is totally fruitless. So my dear student, I have told regular practice make you perfect and complete and total. So whenever you are watching this video, take out a pen and copy and start to write down. Okay, I am coming on the my subject. The today's concept is calculation based on I. Calculation based on I. As we know that the complex number a plus ib, there are two parts. Suppose a, that is known as real part of complex number, b, that is known as imaginary part of complex number, and the most important I, that is the unit of imaginary part. यह एक काल्पनिक भाग की इकाई होती है। आज सारा कंसेप्ट, the all concept that would be based on I will discuss one by one, and if all the concept you keep in your mind, again by seeing the question you will do your answer. So my dear student, today I will discuss about the calculation based on I. The first point, we know that the value of I is -1. Root -1. I square, that is equal to -1. I2, that is I square into I, -1 into I, that is -I. I4, I square into I square, -1 into -1, that is 1. So my dear student, if you will find out I4 that is minus I4 that is 1. Again if we say that I ka power 4n means I ka power 4 into n, 1 into n, that is equal to 1. It means if I ka power 4, I ka power 8, I ka power 12 means if the I ka power is in the multiple of 4, then 100% its value is 1. Suppose one question I am going to discuss here. Suppose if you have to find I ka power 29, then my dear student, just divide 29 by 4 and whatever the remainder, that would be the I ka power 1 means I. Suppose if you have to find out I ka power 43, again 43 you will divide by 4, that is then 43 is remainder, that is I2 means I. So if there is any power of the I, first you divide by the 4 and whatever the remainder, that would be power exponent of I. So the first concept is any value. Suppose second question I am giving I ka power 4n plus 3, my dear student. Then 4n you cut I ka power 3, that is minus I. Again I am discussing this thing. I ka power 8n plus 7, since it is the multiple of 4. Negative I ka power 6 divided by 4, you will get the remainder 3. That is I2 means minus I. So the first question is based on the I ka power 4. This is the first concept that is based on the I. Now again I am going to discuss the second concept. Usually put a question in your different competitive exam. This is the second concept, my dear student. Suppose I plus I ka power 2 plus I ka power 3 plus I ka power 4. I means I square means minus y, I2 means minus I ka power plus 1, that is equal to 0. If continuously, consecutively, the I4I are added, then its value assumes 0. Suppose if we say that I ka power n, I ka power n plus 1, I ka power n plus 2, I ka power n plus 3. Continuously there is the sum of 4I. It means that its value is 0. Now my dear student, I am going to discuss a question on the basis of this concept. Suppose I ka power 7 plus I ka power 8 plus I ka power 9, I ka power 10. Naturally its value is 0. Here the difference between 2 power is 1. Suppose the difference between 2 power I ka power 7, I ka power 9, I ka power 11, I ka power 13. Here it is not the consecutive 4I, sum of 4I, but a regular difference of the 2 between this and this, between this and this, between this and this. If the difference between 2 consecutive power of I, again its value will be 0. Now if difference is 3, I ka power 7, I ka power 10, I ka power 13, I ka power 16. Here again, the difference in power between 2I is 3, then again its value will be 0. You can check it, and it be equal to 4. I ka power 7, I ka power 11, I ka power 15, I ka power 19, my dear student. Here there is a regular homogeneous difference, equal difference between 2 consecutive I. So here its value would be not 0. Only difference is 1, difference is 2, difference is 3. Then the value will assume that it is 0. But difference is 4 are in the multiple of 4. That its value would be not 0. Then what would be its value? My dear student, 4 into the first term, I ka power 7, yani 4. 7 divided by 4, the remainder is 3. I ka power 3 means 4 the concept. If this concept is in your mind, then at a glance you will direct write the answer minus 4i. No need to divide by 4 and then get the remainder and then you have to calculate. This is a very crystal clear cut concept, my dear student. Now, suppose if it is in the form of denominator, 1 power I ka power 7, 1 power I ka power 8 plus 1 I ka power 9, 1 I ka power 10. Again, difference is 1. Here I in the form of denominator. Difference is 1. Again 0. B equal to 1 I ka power 7 plus I ka power 9, 1 I ka power 11, 1 I ka power 13. Here difference in the denominator power is 2. Then again 0. B equal to 3. I ka power 7, I ka power 10, I ka power 13, I ka power 16. Again, my dear students, this value is 0. But if the difference is 2, 1 half in I ka power 7, 1 half in I ka power 11, 1 half in I ka power 15, plus 1 half in I ka power 19. Here, it would be not 0 because the difference is 4. So its value would be 4 into the first and I ka power 7. If you will divide 7, remainder is 3 and 1 half in I, you will always its value is minus I, that is minus 4i. This is the second concept based on the calculation on I. Now again I am going to discuss on the third concept that is based on the calculation of I. This is the third point. Suppose, my dear student, n equal to 1 and 10. I ka power n means what is value. First of all, I will discuss the concept, then I will tell you the trick by how much see the question and hit the answer. But first of all, I will discuss the concept, the method. Suppose here it is the symbol of summation. And n is the number from where 1 to 10 I have to move. So means I plus I square, I cube, I 4, I ka power 5, I ka power 6, I ka power 7, I ka power 8, I ka power 9, I ka power 10. These 4 combinations, that is value is 0. These 4 are also value is 0. But here I ka power 9 plus I ka power 10. You will divide it 9 by 4, remainder is 1, I square, I minus 1. This is method, my dear student. But suppose here the number like 1000, 1000, 500, whatever. If the number is in the greater, large, then there is no need to expand like this. Just n from 1 to 10, you will divide 10 by 4. The remainder is 2. Then here you have to put n equal to 1 and n equal to 2. If n equal to 1, you will write here that is I, and n equal to 2, if you will put that is I square, I minus 1. That is the same answer. So there is no need to expand. Suppose you have to put n equal to 1, 43 I ka power n. So divide 43 by 4, you will get the remainder 3. It means first you have to write n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3. And put here I plus I square plus I cube, I minus 1 minus I, that is minus 1. So this is the trick. Now, suppose here, suppose this is 8. N from 1 to 8. 8 means we have to move here. So its value is what? Its value is 0. If the value 8 is fully divided by 4, then you have to directly put the answer 0. Like suppose This is the very clear-cut concept, my dear student. Now again, in this third concept, I will make the question some complex, like this thing. If n equal to 7 and 100, like this, I the power n. Now here you will not apply the same trick that you will divide 100 by 4, because if n will start from 1, then you can apply the trick. So this question we can say like this thing, my dear student, n equal to 1 to 100, I the power n. It means if we have included n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and from 7 it would be started. So here extra I have added in this question. So we have also to deduct n equal to 1 to 6 I the power n. Now your beginning would be from 1 to 100. Again your beginning is from n to 6. Then very easily you can apply the trick. Now my dear student, 100 that would be fully divided by 4. It means its value is 0. Minus 6. 6 will be divided by 4. Assume the remainder 2. It means you have to put the value n equal to 1 and n equal to 2. Means I plus I square. 0 minus I square minus I plus 1. This is the your answer. This what is the third concept that is based on I. And all these are very important concepts. If you will see in your book the different examination like JEE, NDA, Air Force, these types of questions are frequently asked in your examination. Now dear students, again I am going to discuss on the point 4. Like this thing, I square plus I the power 4, I the power 6, I the power 8 equal to I the power 12. What will be its value? Now first I will discuss about the concept, then I will discuss about the trick. Your concept, suppose if you will write n equal to 1, that is I square value minus 1. Suppose n equal to 2, I the power 4. You have to move from I to I4. That is I square plus I4 minus 1 plus 1 0. Suppose if you put n equal to 3, means I square I4 I the power 6. 3 means I the power 6. I square I4 I the power 6 minus 1 plus 1 minus, that is minus 1. Again you put n equal to 4. That is I the power 8. You have to make from I square to I the power 8. I square I4 I the power 6 I the power 8. My dear student, these are the 4 consecutive I the power 4. I square I the power 4 I the power 6 I the power 8. Again its value is 0. Now watch carefully. If the number are odd, n equal to 3 odd, then values are also assume minus 1. If the number n that is 2, n 4 that is 4 even, if there are the even number, then you are getting the answer 0. So what we can write? Minus 1 if n is odd, 0 if n is even. And this concept if you will keep in your mind, now very frequently you will give the answer. Just I am going to discuss the answer. Some question. Suppose my dear students, first question I have taken I square plus I the power 4 I the power 6 up to I the power 100. Now what would be value? Its value maybe 0 or maybe 1. So you check here and compare. This is 2n. 2n equal to 100 or n equal to 50. And 50 that is the even. It means its value is 0. There is no need to calculate from here to here. By seeing you will get the answer. And now suppose here up to I the power 50. Some student might mistake here. They look that is the event and they put the answer 0. No, that is wrong. This one is, my dear student, 2n. 2n that is 50. n equal to 50 by 2, that is 25. Here this is odd. Then 100% its value would be that would be minus 1 since n is odd. Either its value would be 0 or its value would be minus 1. So the student's value is minus 1. Now again I am going to discuss the next concept, and that is the very also very good concept. Questions are frequently asked in the different exam. That is the fifth concept. 1 plus I or 1 minus I. Its value is, my dear student, always plus I. You can check it. 1 plus I, 1 minus I, multiply 1 plus I and 1 plus I. That is 1 plus I का whole square, 1 minus I square. 1 plus I square plus 2I, 1 plus 1, this is 0, 2I are 2, that is I. So when 1 plus I are 1 minus I, my dear student, if you will see anywhere this value 1 plus I, 1 minus I, just you write I and then you start your calculation. Now some question I am going to discuss based on this concept. Like this thing, suppose 1 plus I, 1 minus I, the power that is the 83. We can. What is the value of this? Now you are looking, you will see this is a very difficult question. No, my dear student, that is I the power 83 and 83 divided by 4, remainder is 3, I the power 3, that is, in a second you have to take your answer. And in the same way, if somewhere 1 minus I oblique 1 plus I, you will see its value is minus I. So all this concept you have to keep in your mind. If you will do like this thing, then naturally you will do your question in a very short span of time. Suppose, my dear student, this question is given 1 plus I, 1 minus I power n equal to 1. Then normally it is asked what is the minimum value of n. This is the again new question based on the concept fit. Now we can write this I the power n. That is 1. 1 we can write I the power 4. We compare here, its value is 4, its value would be 8, its value would be 12, like this thing. But in question it is put up that what is the minimum value of n. So your minimum value would be 4. Now, suppose this same question, it is given that this is I, then what is the minimum value of n? Now, my dear student, this you can write I the power n, that is I means I the power n 1. So n equal to 1. Directly you can compare. And suppose here it is given that I cube. Then what is the minimum value of n? So again we can write here I the power n, I the power 3, n equal to 3. So on this concept, normally questions are generally asked in your exam. So keep in mind this fifth point. Again I am going to discuss the sixth point, my dear student. It is also very important. Suppose 1 plus I square is given. You can write 1 plus I square plus 2I. 1 minus 1 plus 2I, that is equal to 2I. Suppose it is given 1 plus I ka power 4. You can write 1 plus I square 2. 1 plus I square, 1 plus I square. 2I into 2I, that is 4I square minus 4. This is the very powerful weapon in the hand. 1 plus I ka power 4. Wherever you see, just write this value is minus 4. And on this basis, I am going to some important question that is asked in your examination. Now, my dear student, look here. Question number 1. 1 plus I ka power 8. What would be? Just you write 1 plus I ka power 4, again power 2. Its value I have told, its value is always minus 4. Minus 4 square, that is 16. Again the next question, 1 plus I ka power 12. You can write 1 plus I ka power 4 power 3. And its value is minus 4. Minus 4 power 3, that is minus 64. Again the next question, 1 plus I ka power 16. You can write 1 plus I ka power 4 like 4. Minus 4 power 4, that is 256. Very easy, you can apply this concept. Now, suppose it is given next question, 1 plus I ka power 5. My dear students, you can write 1 plus I ka power 4 because we know its value is minus 4, and 1 plus I, that is minus 4. 1 plus I, that is minus 4 minus 4I. Now in the same way, we are doing the 7th point. In the same way, if 1 minus I square, 1 plus I square minus 2I, its value is 0 minus 2I. 1 minus I ka power 4, 1 minus I square, 1 minus I square, minus 2I into minus 2I, 4I square, minus 4. Whether 1 plus I ka power 4, 1 minus I ka power 4, always its value we assume minus 4. This is the very important concept. Now in the same way, if you can write 1 minus I ka power 8, that would be 1 minus I ka power 4 power 2 minus 4 square, that is 16. 1 minus I ka power 12 minus 4 ka power 3 minus 64. 1 minus I ka power 16. 1 minus I ka power 5. 1 minus I, 1 minus I. Now, the question 1 plus I ka power 5 plus 1 minus I ka power 5. Here its value I have calculated just in the previous concept. That was minus 4 minus 4I. 1 minus I ka power 5 minus 4 plus 4I. This is cancelled, that is the minus 8. So, if you have the clear concept, all concept, whether it is the complex number or quadratic equation or any part of the mathematics, if you have a clear cut concept of every theorems, principles, whatever be, then you can pick your answer in a very short span of time. Because I have seen in every competition, whether it is of the JEE or any like ANDA, the time is very important factor. Time is the key factor. You have a very limited time, and in that limited time you have to attempt, you have to hit your target. So always keep in your mind that what are the tips and tricks, short trick you have to apply to get the answer very quickly, very fast. So that's why you have to be very alert, you have to be very aware, you have to be very conscious while you are going into deep study. Now in the same way, again I am going to discuss the 8th concept, and on the basis of this concept, I think that would be my last concept, that is based on the calculation of height. Whatever you will check the book, you will see the book, all the concept based on I is the maximum whatever I have discussed here. This one is the my last concept, my dear student. One thing to suppose I into I square into I cube into I the power 4. Its value is what? Y minus 1 minus I into 1. So this is minus, that is I square minus 1. Now whatever I am looking here, it continuously you will multiply with the 4I, then its value is minus 1. Now I into I square into I cube into I the power 4, I the power 5 into I the power 6, I the power 7, I the power 8. Here continuously is the product of 4. Here again its value is minus 1, that is plus 1. Now my dear student, if continuously it is up to the 8, then 100% its value is 1. Like this is, suppose I am giving one question, I into I square into I cube up to I the power 40. Now there is no need to calculate divided by 4 and then you will get the answer. Here we will look here 40, that if you will divide by 8 and there is no remainder, so every 8 you will get the value 1, 1, 1, 1 and finally you will get 1. Now like this situation, suppose I into I square into I cube up to I the power 42. It means up to I the power 80. 40, its value is 1. No need to calculate this thing, only you have to discuss I the power 41, I the power 42. Here you have to divide by 4, remainder is 1, remainder is 2, I into minus 1 in minus I. So today, my dear student, again I have discussed the question based on the I and all here I have discussed all the concept that is based on I, and in my mind whatever the concept I have delivered here. So if you will watch any book, whether it is on the JEE, mains or of advanced level, whether it is the question based in the different competitive exam, maximum you will get the question based on I, and here how you will do all the question in a very short span of time, applying your trick, then you will get the answer. So बच्चों, आज का हमारा वीडियो यही समाप्त होता है. Again I will come tomorrow with a very new concept on based in complex number, because every day I will make you aware some basic tips and tricks so that you can crack your exam very easily. So my dear student, once again I am saying Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. See you tomorrow. God bless you all. Thanks.